Hey guys, Jalem's here, just doing another unboxing video of a new shoe I just caught actually yesterday. It's the LeBron 11s. Now I know that these are an older model, but I saw it at the Nike outlet for a pretty darn good price, and considering the performance of these shoes, I thought $140 for these shoes are pretty darn good, and that's Canadian. So I'm going to go ahead and just unbox these and do an overview of this shoe. And actually I did performance test it today, so I'll be talking about that after. These shoes out here. It's the Everglades colorway. Now, I just want to say this right off the bat. I am not a fan of LeBron James. Either with his shoe, to be honest, with his shoes in general. Especially the earlier models, they seemed a little bit too bulky, and most of them look a little too futuristic for me. But when I saw this pair here, and the colorway that it had, I had to get it. And then I did a little research prior to that too, and I saw that the reviews on these shoes were pretty good. But you see a lot of mixed results, and I mean, I guess that's for anything, but my main go-to place for YouTube video reviews is Kick Genius. I think those guys are pretty cool, and they know what they're talking about. And a lot of my shoes that I get actually are somewhat influenced by what they say to me. So anyway, I'll just go with how I'll show you how it looks like the external here. And to be honest with you, I think it's pretty dope. They're pretty sick. Like, there's a lot of detail in this shoe, and I'll explain some of the things after I show you the icy sole, which I love that. I love that look. Mind you, I know it's gonna discolor in time, but and you can see it's a little bit dirty right now just because I did hoop in it just earlier today, and it was a slightly dusty court. So, number one, I didn't even realize that this material that they use for all this Everglade print here, that's surrounded all over the shoe, is actually they're using the not Hyperfuse. Dang, what the hell are those shoes again now? It's not coming to mind. The Hyperposits, the foam. Oh my lord, the foam posits. Yeah, they're using the same material there, which is pretty neat. And you can see a lot of the there's mesh pieces accented all over the place here. And then you got this I don't know what this is. It's like a synthetic material. It goes all around. You got I don't think this is carbon. I think this is a TPU, I think it's called, or TPM material, the hard stiff plastic for support and rigidity. The swoosh is metallic, and it's raised, which is pretty cool. And there's another check here that's kind of chromed out or silver that's painted alongside the Everglade print. Now when you go onto the upper area here, you can see the the hyper wire. And the neat thing is, like I said, the attention to detail in this shoe. You can see that it's like a multicolor, kind of like what they do with the fly nets, a multicolored knit, and it goes all the way through, which is really neat. You can look at the laces; they even got the logo right on the ends there, which is another nice touch. It also has on the tongue here his logo again, and it's raised. And then also kind of like a embroidered or a imprint of some kind of a design, which is pretty cool. Then you got some kind of thing there, which I have no idea what it means. If you guys want to mention that in the comments, please do. Same with the back of the tongue there. And on the inside, you can see the LeBron naming. And I'm just going to pull out the insert here. One of the things that I wanted to get the shoe for was actually the insole again. Insoles are my thing. But I know that a lot of reviewers talk super highly of this insole, which is the Lunaron, which is the same setup as the Kobe 8s, which I do not have out here right now. But that is, like, if you watch any of my other videos, the Kobe 8s are my benchmark for what's a good shoe for me. So it uses the same Lunaron, but it's got the Zoom bag or Zoom Air, and it's all the way along, which is what they say is a good mixture of responsiveness and cushioning and softness, and also durability, which is a problem for the Lunaron with the Kobe 8s and 9s, because from even I've experienced this, but even from what I've heard, you know, the Lunaron gets a little bit mushy over time, which, you know, will happen, and then the feel's not there. So this mix right here, from what I've seen and read, is the perfect combination of the two. So the longevity of this will be kept up by the Zoom, and then you still get some of the cushioning and impact protection from the Lunaron sections on the sole. Can't wait to actually see how these will go when I swap these into my Kobe 8s, because I do have a pair, the purple gradient one, which I've had the longest, and I believe that the sole has, or not the sole, the cushion has met its maker. It's mush now, so I'd like to drop these in there and see how that goes. One other thing I wanted to mention about this shoe is that what I've seen and read, and it seems, is that a lot of people slept on this shoe. I don't know for what reasons. I mean, for me, I think it's an outstanding looking shoe. I do like black shoes. I don't have enough of them, and I think maybe that's one of the also reasons why I bought this shoes, because I don't have enough black shoes. But even the Everglade print here is pretty sick. But like I said, there's a lot of attention to detail. Now onto my performance review. I hooped in these today, and the one cool thing about this shoe is that it plays, and it basically plays a lot lighter than it actually is, I guess. Because this is not a super light shoe by any means, and I'm not saying it's a super heavy shoe either. I'm sure it's a lot lighter than the previous models of the LeBron series. But this shoe plays a lot lighter. And I mean, maybe that's hand in hand with the cushioning. Maybe that helps with the feel, I'm assuming. But it plays like a very light shoe. The one thing that I think stood out to me is the supportive feel of it, and so far in all my Kobe's that I wear, I haven't felt that kind of supportiveness, yet flexibility. Mind you, a lot of them are super low, or not super low, but they're all low, where this is more of like a mid. So, you know, that could obviously play into it. Yeah, so it's a very supportive shoe, very supportive, and a very comfortable shoe, yet it's still very responsive, which is due to the insole, which is really nice. Other than that, it's a pretty solid shoe. Grip, I had like good feelings on it when I first not bought the shoe, but when I first checked it out at the store. You know, usually you can kind of feel how grippy it is, and when you just do this, it catches your hand pretty good, no doubt about it. And you know, you can even see how it just stops. I'm pushing and it stops. But when I played on the court, and this court was a rec center kind of thing, it was a little bit dusty. I'm not going to say it was tremendously dusty, but it's a brand new court, so it's sticky, but it's got some dust on there. And the shoe kind of let me down a little bit. I'm not going to say a lot. Actually, to be honest with you, I've done a performance review of this shoe, and at the time of the review, I did play on a very clean court and a brand new court, and it was sticky as hell. But the last few rounds that I've played with this shoe, actually, it's pretty slippery, more than I would expect or like from a signature shoe from Kobe Bryant. The Kobe 8s, like I said before, are A1 in dust or no dust situations, but this shoe let me down more than I'd like. So I wouldn't say, let's say out of 10, I'd give it a 6.5 to 7.5, somewhere around there, because there is times where you can feel like you just can't stick, and that's not a good feeling, especially when you need to make some moves on some fellas. But I'm not going to say that these were at that level. I would say for grip, I would have to put this at like a 7.5 to 8.5, or 7 to 8, somewhere around there. But there was some slippage, minor, not much, and it's not actually enough to actually say that these shoes aren't good, because like I said, this is going to see a lot of on-court rotation from me, just due to the fact of how comfortable it is and supportive it feels. Other than that, actually one thing I want to mention, sorry, I forgot about the detail aspect of things. I believe there's a hyper fuse setup on the upper, on the inside, and if you can see here, there's I think three holes, 1, 2, and there's a 3, 4, I guess. There's 2 parts, and hopefully you guys can see that in the camera. But it's kind of cool because you can actually see the hyper fuse inside there, and then at certain parts you can actually see the hyper wire going through it, like right there. If you guys can see that, the hyper wire is going through there, and then there's one coming from, I think it's this one, it's coming all the way down through here, which is really cool. Like I said, there's a lot of attention to detail to this shoe, and I love shoes with detail. I mean, I did buy the Kobe 9 Beethovens, and it's just because of the attention to detail. Like just look at that. You guys know what this is. I don't need to even explain. But yeah, this shoe stood out to me hugely, and like I said, it was just mainly due to how well it looked, and then the performance was just a super added bonus, and then the price definitely helped that too. So, like I said, I'm not a true fan of LeBron James or his shoes, but this shoe actually looks a lot more smaller, or I guess slimmer, than other earlier models, which is a great thing. And that's one of the reasons why I did cop it. And like I said, it's a really good shoe. You won't go wrong with this shoe at all. And if you can find some at outlets for a discounted price, I suggest you do, if you like the colorway, of course. So hopefully this helps you guys with any decision making if you're thinking of cop or buy some shoes. And you know, I love that you guys are watching my videos, and I've kind of in my YouTube videos I've kind of transferred from going from tech to shoes, because right now that seems to be it's always been my focus or my love, but it just got reintroduced recently. And honestly, this is probably my, I don't even know, like probably 10th to 12th pair I bought in the last 2 months. I'm actually getting worried for myself because I'm buying too many shoes and I can't even keep up with the videos I'm making. But you know what, if you guys continue to like my videos and support my channel and subscribe, primarily subscribe, I honestly would really appreciate that. And you know, it'll give me that fire that I need to keep on going with this. I'm just doing it for fun, but if I can get big from it and do what I love, which is this, then you know what, I'd love that. So you know what, keep liking stuff, keep subscribing, comment, ask questions if you want, or even just mention anything. Let me know. So another video from J Lums, and I'm out. Thanks.